Yo, 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 Big Kish back up in here. They said Drake just faked a meet and greet. Bro, my God, you going outside, boy. They said he faked a meet and greet, man. Shout out to Fantastic Hip Hop, man. He just did a story on how Drake faked a meet and greet. While Drake just got caught faking a fan meetup in the saddest way, and Pusha T dissed him at a show. Oh, Pusha T dissed him at a show, y'all. Oh, we got to get into this one right here. This is going to be one of them ones right here. Before we get into that, y'all make sure y'all pick y'all up a copy of Street Dad, Geek Dad, Avoiding the Manufacturing Mindset, written by me, Big Kish. The link will be in the description for purchase. Appreciate everybody supporting the book, supporting the channel. Make sure y'all get them likes up and subscribe to the channel. I knew I was forgetting something. Yo. Y'all know I'm like holy, y'all. Without further ado, let's get it.
Now, when it comes to Drake, well, now, if you're ready to see why last name Cupcake, first name Karen is getting dragged online for seemingly faking a meet and greet with fans and—
Damn, champagne pimple popper. Why would you fake a meet and greet, boy?
Well, at the same time, in response to Cupcake dragging Pusha T into his current lawsuit over Not Like Us, Push just sent some very subtle but clear disses Drake's way at his recent clip shows. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And now, as what we are seeing go down today from both the fake meet and greet from Karen's team and then what Pusha T just did to clown Drake is all showing how the definitive dork of rap is just going through another round of all-time L-taking for what he just did. Make sure to leave that like so everybody can see Lawbury's lies, and in the case of what Pusha T just did, now rap has a real example of how a legend in the genre should let everybody know that they don't agree with what this walking mega Karen is doing. And well, right now, what's really causing all these issues for the courtside Karen of rap, and what is making everybody just side less with him in court day by day as a result, is just this combination of courtroom antics.
Oh, ew, that's gotta be the thumbnail, boy. That's gotta be the thumbnail, boy. Oh my God, who did that?
Which have been inescapable this week, as of course Drake has decided to turn into Jerry Springer, and well, at the same time as this, the overexposure and obsession with this situation that Cupcake has himself, as he is making every single moment of anything he does just remind people over and over again that he is the first rapper to sue after a lyrical back and forth and do the most extra things to just drag this thing out more and more. And now, speaking of just being overexposed and annoying everybody, what has now put everybody into a frenzy?
Oh, okay, I'm starting to get it. We just reacted to what happened with Steak. He just cussed the Steak people out. That was his only backup, right? So now, this is the spiraling part of it. Even though he been spiraling, now he about to start taking measures like trying to milk the fans out of their bread. If he faked up a fake fan meetup, if he just faked that, he's about to start trying to milk the fans out of their bread, bro.
And what is causing everybody to debate what is really going on with lame old Lawbury and the optics that he and his team are trying to convince people to believe. Well, they are all coming out in these clips that you can see right now, which are following up the stops that the OVO Karaoke Circus made in Cologne, Germany, and seemingly for whatever reason. What's happening and what they are trying to convince us of so much right now?
Did he say circus? Did he just say circus? Why argue with these clowns if the circus is well at work? Yeah. Oh, hold on. Let me not get too ahead of. Let me not get too ahead of myself. Hold on.
Stops that the OVO Karaoke Circus made in Cologne, Germany, and seemingly for whatever reason. What's happening and what they are trying to convince us of so much right now?
Oh, it wasn't a literal circus. He's just saying that the OVO they put on a circus. Okay, I was about to say.
People went to the hotel that Drake was staying at to try and meet him and then cheer for him. And now why we know this? And this is where things get weird, so just pay attention. It's all due to these clips, which all exclusively circulate.
Drake first in Hotel. Okay.
Related between people on Drake's team and then stan pages for him, and with the crowd of people that you see here. But even now, despite all this, first off, while it seemed very out there to believe that Cupcake would go so far to have put in place a fake crowd to try and act like he is this big deal, well, the more that has come out from this when you see that these supposed Lawbry lovers stood there and then cheered for this guy when he came out, and they thought this was actually Drake for a more than questionable amount of time. And then you also see how not a single person here has a merch or vinyl or anything, which pretty much when there is any sort of a fan meetup, at least one person does. Well, really with this, we can see that something is clearly very up and off, and we got you Cupcake bad now. And making all this even worse, people did trace all of this back to a group that you could hire to get a crowd of people to show up to things for the very purpose of a PR stunt that needs to try and add popularity and hype to anybody. But even with all of this, well, listen, despite the fact that the team is recording the fans instead of the fans recording the team, you know the engagement farmers had to get to work and tried to make the most annoying captions you could possibly see to get engagement from this. And what, of course, people ended up saying was doing the wretched Drake and MJ comparisons once again, which I'm not even going to entertain that because this compared to this makes this look like this. But still, of course, as nobody has any sort of media literacy or just the most basic of critical thinking skills anymore, there still was a whole debate around who else could do this and get this type of reaction from coming out of their hotel room, and who could just amass a crowd of this size, although this crowd is really not that big in the first place, and of course you can see that from other artists being in the same situations. But now, of course, as the Lawbrys tried to put Cupcake in the conversation with MJ and the Beatles and this echelon of artists, there is so much wrong here, and when you really break things down, it really does seem like this meetup was staged just based on what is being presented, which does seem baffling, but let's just get into it. Because first off, what I will say is that when Kendrick Lamar made a surprise appearance at SZA's Not Beauty pop-out before the second show of the Grand National Tour at MetLife Stadium, I mean, you want to see aura and see people actually line up for an artist they love. You can literally see the entire crowd at the second biggest mall in the entire US just line up for Kendrick like we have seen right here, which is unprecedented. And in of itself, once again, I'm just going to put it out there, when you see Kendrick Lamar, the fans are recording him, where compared to this Drake meet and greet, quote unquote, they are the ones recording the crowd. And so breaking all this down, while these conversations now have circulated around Drake and his stardom here and whatever else they're trying to push with all of this.
Hey, look, if he put that crowd together just for some clicks and views and just to get it, like, yo, that'd be some nasty work. I got to do my homework on that. I got to do the knowledge. See what's going on.
Which somehow is leading down a pipeline to justify a lawsuit over a rap beef. Again, the best way to just see that Drake is lying to us here is just by looking at the facts, which first off, in Cologne, Germany already, it seems like the PR team that works for both of them was really getting to work this week, as Drake's buddy Yeet pulled in a similar crowd for his meetup, which all of the pages had to post about too. I guess off of that logic means that Yeet is just as big as MJ and Drake, because they had the same size of crowds according to these delusional stans. But now beyond this, what I will say about this entire thing with Drake is that isn't it amazing that when we are trying to compare this Drake meet and greet and crowd gathering to the clip of MJ or Kendrick Lamar, or you know what, just any other superstar, you know what, any other star artist interacting with fans for that matter? Well, the more you go down this pipeline and the more you look at all the clips that are seemingly from this massive interaction, and in not a single one of the videos that have went viral from this interaction, have they even slightly featured Lawbry walking out of his room and interacting with all these quote-unquote real-life fans? Well, again, and this is why...
Oh, so that was supposed to be Aubrey's point of view. The guy who had the camera in his hand. And that was supposed to be him walking out. But it's a front. Oh, y'all going out sad, boy.
Why critical thinking is so important, and for the Drake stans watching, just calm down and hear me out. Why you're being played, because all I will say is that in an industry obsessed with optics and with Drake in a situation where he needs to give the impression that more people are supporting him than ever to even get by in the slightest. Well, all of this just seems like it was very conveniently contrived for him, and in terms of the legitimacy, I'm sorry, it's just hilarious that not a single person has been able to prove that Drake even walked out of these very doors. And now alongside this, beyond the mega Karens being desperate enough to put Drake in a conversation where he does not belong in off of a fake and contrived clip, On the other side of hip-hop, for the great MCs who are prioritizing rap and the art of lyricism over everything, well, now when it comes to the best duo and rappers in hip-hop, aside from Kendrick Lamar right now, in Pusha T and Malice, well, as they are on their tour as the Clips, and their shows are looking...
They was out here, too. I think I was in Florida when they came out here, man. That's crazy.
More and more amazing every night. Well, within this, Pusha, Malice, and their team have been outside and showing what all-time great live rapping looks like from legends who are this established in their career, and within this, well, now as the Clips are trying to just go out and perform their legendary catalog.
And when you see the Clips crowds, when they doing that, when they doing a tour, the crowd is grown. They grown. They getting a grown woman and grown man on, boy. Telling you. It ain't none of that streamer shit going on. It's just they relax, they come, enjoy the show, go home. Get ready to work, go to work in the morning. They ain't, you know what I'm saying?
And their new songs from their phenomenal record, Let God Sort 'Em Out. Well, as usual for these rappers who just want to make great art, as of course, Lawbry and the Drake stans who don't like rap keep dragging them back into the mess of everything that has been going on in the center of the genre where he is stuck in. And really now more than ever, we have seen this to a new low as Drake's team is literally dragging the label's history with Pusha T and blocking out his own music and lyrics for Drake's benefit in the suit now, as Drake is whining that he censored Push, so why can't he censor Kendrick Lamar? Well, in response to Pusha T once again being brought into Drake drama, and at this time where he is now a free agent and he can say whatever he wants, Pusha seemingly came out and gotten another laugh at Karen and just let him know overall that he is seeing what is going on and all he can do is laugh and troll him in the funniest ways possible. And to be honest for Push now, with Push's dynamic with Drake, as he is no longer under label control and blocked out from speaking his truth, Push just actually has the agency to do what he wants. And I think now with how up he is in his career and how he may even be having the biggest year of his entire
They blossoming, they blooming. They blooming, they blossoming. They've been held down for so long. Now it's like, that fresh, you know what I'm saying? That fresh breath.
For 20-year rap career right now, Push just doesn't even care to look at Drake in any way like he once did, and instead is just making fun of the guy and trolling his stance for the pure comedic value of it, as now in this time where the tensions have been rising and Push has been dragged into this, although of course he did not want to and he just wanted to make his music. Well, simultaneously, while continuing his mission of being one of the best rappers in the world, Pusha T just trolled Drake in one of the funniest ways we have seen and said. Well, after a fan posted to Pusha in clips and was showing how their kid was at the show and was loving the all-time great rapping that they were doing, Push responded and said, "Shout out to all the great dads raising sons with excellent musical taste." And well, with this, listen, with the
y'all pick this up, man. Street dad, geek dad, avoiding the manufactured mindset. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I like that. I like that. We got to get that. Don't let the king of who the? Don't let nobody tell you that clips ain't for the kids. Here is proof. You guys really made my son so happy. He woke up talking about his very moment. That's dope. This very moment. I don't know why I skip over words. I'm still practicing read. Y'all know I can't read. I be practicing. Shout out all the great dads raising sons with excellent musical taste. Fire. 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 Me personally, when my sons get in the car, I just turn on jazz. I don't do. They probably listen to rap on their own, but yeah, I don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't be one.
Responded and said, "Shout out to all the great dads raising sons with excellent musical taste." And well, with this,
but
listen,
yeah,
with the
jazz is great musical taste. Yeah, my bad. Jazz, what I listen, this is great musical taste.
Wording, the timing, and everything. Push knew exactly what he was doing here by bigging up the clips and their movement, and at the same time, of course, doing it within a way where he is trolling lame old "you are hiding a child" Karen. And Push just made him the joke of this entire thing with the very wording and verbiage he used, and everybody knew exactly what he was trying to do in their replies, which honestly was just hilarious. And really for Push, in terms of responding to Drake, just by bringing up a pillar that has made him spiral out on so many different people for so long, which is just fatherhood. And of course, we are seeing that right now, bad as he is on the quest.
Yeah, Drake still won a balloon birthday party. He don't want to see his mother grow him up with those little bar mitzvahs and all of that. When you remember when he was a child, he was doing this shit. He was doing this. He never got one of them, you know what I'm saying? The balloons and all of that. He ain't never got it. He ain't never got it. He never got it. He's still mad.
Quest for the test? Well, Pusha T is continuing to be this voice of reason for rap and where it needs to go alongside Malice, as he is quite literally through stuff like this, letting everything in hip-hop get sorted out just by the nature of where things are changing, and well, once again, with Push managing to troll Drake and respond to his antics, and then at the same time you're seeing Karen spiral out with fake fan meetups for cupcakes. Well, there has never been anything more true to say in this time when you look around hip-hop other than to quote Pusha T and Malice and just straight up say that hip-hop is letting God sort it all out.
Dang.
And so now with all this said, let me know.
Dang. That's kind of like the same thing Nipsey Hussle was saying about academics. He was like, yo, you just let the clowns crash out. Just let them do what they do. So Clip's like, yo, let God sort them out. Let them sort them out. You know what I'm saying? Separate the wheat from the tears, if you will. Yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think about that fake meetup and how Pusha T is. Shout out to the dads that's raising their sons up with great musical taste. Fire, man. Chef's kiss. Mwah. You know what I mean? Y'all let me know what y'all think. Shout out to Fantastic Hip Hop. I'm going to leave a link in the description for y'all to check it out, too. Big Cash signing out. I'm going, y'all.